Erin's got a heck of an idea that I fully endorse. She's working to replicate the mac and cheese cones from Universal's Epic Universe. So what are we starting with? You're making a
bacon jam.
Bacon jam.
Yeah.
And how do we make a bacon jam?
Yeah, so this is for the PB&J cone. So we have about a half a pound of bacon. This is a full pound of bacon, a half a pound of yellow onions, and some garlic minced. The recipe says 2 garlic cloves. We love garlic, so I put 4 in there.
Yes,
and then this is a sauce that's going to kind of bake down into the jam.
What is it made of?
It is a 1/4 cup maple syrup, a 1/4 cup cider vinegar, a 1/4 cup black coffee, and a 1/4 cup dark brown sugar.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to start cooking all this down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. So we'll start with the bacon. Let me put down my phone real quick. So we're going to turn this up to medium-high heat. It's already been a little heating, but just in case, we're going to just plop that in there and let it cook down until it's nice and crispy.
Looks tasty already.
Yeah, and it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the fat content. So let me get...
Okay, we'll join her again in a few minutes.
So this is almost done. So what we're going to do is while it just gets a little more cooked, I'm going to get a straining spoon and this bowl over here with a little bit so that it drains some of the bacon while it's in the bowl. And then I'm just going to scoop up all the bacon, put it in here.
And if you decide to give up now and just eat your pound of bacon, you're pretty good.
Yeah, off to a good start.
No shame.
We have completely taken out the bacon. It's sitting and resting over here. And we've also drained all of the fat. And what we're going to do now is take our onions and start cooking them at medium to high heat, so how it was before, for about 3 minutes or so until fragrant. So let me just... So we are all done with cooking our onions and garlic until fragrant. So now what we're going to do is we're going to toss in this bacon and the sauce mixture. So let me do that and get back to you. So now we have put the bacon and the coffee maple syrup mixture for the sauce in, and we're going to leave this for about 50 to 60 minutes, stirring occasionally every once in a while to let it fully cook down into a jam. So I almost forgot to tell you guys that you also are supposed to use some salt and some pepper as well. So just remember to do that before you start leaving it to simmer. Okay, so we are about done here. All that we need to do is now put it into a jar to cool overnight. It'll get thickened, but you can see that it's kind of a syrupy consistency here. It's more like candied bacon than jam, really, but it is kind of used as a sauce. So we're gonna put that in overnight, and then tomorrow we will start on the pork and the mac and cheese. Okay, so this roast is going to take about 8 hours to cook, so I'm starting the marinade for overnight. I'm going to leave it, and then in the morning put it into the crock pot with the meat and let it cook. I did a dry rub of brown sugar, a little bit of mustard, ginger, garlic, and onion, just to kind of give it like a sweet taste, but with a little bit of spice. And then in this dish is peanut butter, garlic, soy sauce, some brown sugar, Tabasco sauce, but specifically sriracha. To cut down the thickness of the peanut butter, I used a cup of water mixed with 2 beef bouillon cubes, and then some honey just to make it a little bit sweeter. So this one is kind of sweet, but does have a little bit of spice, which is pretty good. I'm about to put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, and then mix it with the pork in the morning and let it cook down for a little while. We'll see how that goes. For measurements, I kind of just winged it. I did about 3 big scoops of peanut butter, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of soy sauce. I kind of let it give a light layering so that the brown sugar would dissolve. And then a little bit of honey, about 3 seconds of pouring, or actually 2 seconds. And then for the sriracha, I did taste test for it just because that one is really just based on how spicy do you want this.
The tenderloins cooking in the sauce for the pulled pork. Here's how the mac and cheese cones are going so far. Cones, pulled pork, mac and cheese, bacon jam, and little mashed potatoes for a bit of flair. First mac and cheese cone. It's alive. There we go. Oh, look at those. Ooh. Can't do this too often.